Hi everybody, Vincent here, and today I'm recording sound using this particular cheap Behringer mic, an XLR dynamic mic, going into the Pocket 6K Pro. This needs a lot of gain, so we're going to see just how good the audio inputs are on this camera. I noticed when I had power plugged in, I was getting a ground hum. I'm not sure if I can figure out a way to isolate that. Hopefully I can. I know there's products out there that claim to be able to do it. But I'm just running it on battery, and I noticed that it seems to be just fine without that. So it does seem to be only an issue when you're operating on what looks to be AC, but maybe if you had D-tap going in and putting in power that way, it would be an issue as well. Anyway, yeah, I just thought I would just kind of do a little bit about this camera. I'm really liking the quality of the Blackmagic Pocket 6K Pro. So right now you're looking at the image from the Pocket 6K Pro. I am actually right now shooting this at ISO 400. There's no ND filters. I'm running at an f-stop of 3.6 presently on my lens, and it's almost sunset. So it's probably kind of hard to tell from exactly the spot I'm standing because you can't really see the horizon in the frame. I'm trying to have the sun hit me, so you're going to kind of miss that. I'm purely being naturally lit right now. It is golden hour, and so you can see that I don't look like, well, as bad as I would if it was noon. The dynamic range of this thing supposedly is 13 stops. I have to say there's really not that many, as far as I'm concerned, issues with the dynamic range in this camera. Let's talk about another thing when it comes to this camera other than dynamic range. Here's a really big one. The reliability. So far, I've only had this for, what is it, about 2 months, I think now. Honestly, I got to tell you, I don't know how long the long-term reliability is going to be because I haven't had it long-term yet. What I can say is one of the concerns I had for a long time about getting a Blackmagic camera was the fact that they've had some production issues and stuff in the past, you know? Like, everybody does that, but it seemed like Blackmagic had more than everyone else, and so I was a little apprehensive about going, you know, for one of the Blackmagic cameras. But the image out of this camera, just the image, you know, I have loved the image of an Alexa for years. And the fact that the Blackmagic cameras come as close as they do for the price they do to an Alexa, again, you know, they're not 100% there, but hey, just being in the ballpark is amazing at this price point, you know? And so I'm really happy with the image for what you're paying for these cameras personally. And what can I say? I wanted to have a nice cinema camera. Presently working on a documentary, wanted it to look good. And the built-in NDs is another thing, by the way. You gotta love built-in NDs. The battery life on this is one of my cons. You know, I feel like everybody's already heard a lot of this stuff, but I just kind of wanted to make my video on it. You know, let's be one more YouTuber that's talked about it. You know, for me, this is really my first cinema camera. You know, some people say this isn't a cinema camera, a true cinema camera. I would dispute that, honestly. You know, you got true 24 hertz for a frame rate, like a lot of cinema cameras have. You've got that 180-degree shutter angle. You've got the dynamic range of a lot of cinema cameras in the past that had, you know, I'm not saying this is an Alexa, but I am saying that it is maybe closer to like a low-end, you know, some cinema camera from another vendor, perhaps, right? Again, this is purely anecdotal. I'm not actually saying for sure. But I'm personally really happy with the camera, and yeah, you know, really the biggest negative for me, other than the battery life, is going to be the fact that when you're on camera, one nice thing to have that I got used to with my Canon that I used for a while was the fact that it has a flip-out screen, right? And I can see the shot. You know, like right now, I don't even know if I'm in focus. Did I stand a little too close or a little too far away from the camera? I don't have an operator. I don't know. I'd have to plug in an external HDMI monitor, which I actually have a lot with this camera, and put it on another tripod. I have a little monitor. It's a 5-inch that I can mount on a tripod and then look at it out of the frame. And I've actually done that to confirm my focus and everything, and that I like the composition. But today I'm just winging it, so let's just hope the video's good. Hi, everybody, and welcome to youtube.com/Vincent Maggard. Yeah, you ever clicked on it? I don't know, maybe. Anyway, how y'all doing? Today, I'm shooting audio. Let's start that line over, of the Blackmagic Pocket 6K Pro. And I hope you liked last week's video that me and my friend Billy did. That was a little bit of a silly video. And, it was intended to be serious at the beginning. But it turned out that it was kind of fun just to joke around. I'd like to be funny, and Billy likes to be funny. And when we're together, it just seems like that's what happens, right? We just naturally become funny automatically. Anyway, it seems like people really liked that video. And so, maybe I should be a little more funny in these videos. Maybe too serious is a bad thing, right? But anyway, good enough. I'm not going to sit out here and be like, let's measure the dynamic range of this camera together, everyone. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I like to watch YouTubers that do stuff like that, like, Gerald Undone, hashtag Gerald Undone. And action.